Okay, so good morning guys, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to my students, my information systems students. Welcome back. Today is a holiday, I know, but then I've asked or I've made an inquiry if I can basically record a lecture and then upload it so that you can have your code lab. Submission of your code labs will be next week, so you have 1 week to finish it. Okay? So for today, we are going to discuss, or for this particular module, we are going to discuss the while loop. So basically, in this unit or in this module, we are going to learn another mechanism to control the flow of your programs, which is again the while loop. While loops are similar to the for loops, except that they run while a specific condition is true. So basically, we are going to learn how to implement the while loops. We are also going to use the active flag variables to control the while loops. In our examples, we are going to use or we are going to perform modulo division. Likewise, we are going to use the break and continue statements to alter the flow of a while loop, and then notice the difference between the two. We are going to use empty or populated lists or dictionaries as boolean values. So you might be wondering what will be the values if a dictionary is let's say empty, or if it has a value, what will be the boolean value. So we are going to demonstrate that. We are also going to use the bool function to convert values to their boolean equivalent. And of course, we are going to nest while loops. So nested while loops will be the advanced topic for this particular module. We are going to do that for us to be able to demonstrate more complex control flow. And then, at this point of time, since we are nearing the end of the semester of the programming one, I think it's good time to know, or it's a good part of our subject to introduce to you the time library, so that you will have idea how long your program is running, especially when you are doing nested while loops, nested for loops, or mga, let's say, nested statements. Okay? This is an introduction to data structures as well, because on our data structures algorithm, we are going to dissect those methodologies on how to run our programs efficient. So I believe that since our programming one is nearing the end of the semester, it's time to know, it's time for me to introduce the time library. Okay? For the data types, there is nothing new for this particular module. We have discussed all of this. So I believe we're good to go. Control flow, we're done with all of this. For today, again, we are going to introduce while loops. Assignment operators, nothing new. Algebraic operators, nothing new. For today, we are going to introduce the modulo division for the algebraic operators. Built-in function, we are going to introduce the boolean or the bool. For the methods, dot split. For the list, nothing new. Dictionaries, nothing new. External libraries, again, as I have said, we are going to have the time library. Code labs, we have 3 code labs, but then I'm going to demo the 2 code labs. For the third code labs, it will be a seat work next meeting. Okay? So make sure to understand this particular topic, because before we start our class next week, we are going to have a seat work. Okay? So let's start. So basically, when we talk about the for loops, we are trying to run a set number of times. Whereas for the while loops, we are running until a certain condition is met. So just to have a quick review of the for loops, let's demonstrate. For I in range 11, colon, print I. So if I press shift enter, there you go. So you will have an output of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Likewise, basically, we can have 0, 11. This is the start. This is the start up to 11. Something like that. So it will start on 0 but up to 11, but not include, it will not include the number 11. Okay, so if you want to run simply 1 to 10, the idea is that you have to start on 1 and then 11, because it will not, it will, the for I in range is will start on 1 and then it will end before the 11. Okay, so print I, so you have 1 to 10. But as of the moment, if you disregard, for example, the 0, what you will have an output is from 0 to 10. Okay? So that's for loop. Basically, that's for loop. We have a set number of time, fixed number of time. Okay? Now, for the demonstration of the while loop, let's say we have a variable current num is equal to 1. While current num is less than or equal to 10, colon. So basically it's the same as the for loop. You will end up with a colon, and then when you press enter, you will be indented. I'm going to print current num. And then if you try to run this one, you are going to run an infinite loop, because basically your current num is equal to 1. Well, current num which is 1 is less than or equal to 10, which will give us a true statement or true value. Then we're going to print the current num, which is 1. And then you're going to loop again. Again, our num is 1, so print forever. Okay, buti pa siya may forever. Ikaw, may forever ka ba? Yun lang. So, for us to avoid the infinite loop, we are going to, let's say, increment our current num. So, current num plus equals 1. And if you try to run that, the idea is that you are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we clear? Okay. So, if you have any questions, you may post it in the comment section. Again, this video will not be, since this is not being done in the Microsoft Teams, I decided to post this one publicly, so it will be available on my YouTube channel. If you have questions, you can comment it. You can put it in the comment box, suggestions, remarks, etc., etc., for me to improve my teachings. Okay? Unlike for our regular Teams meeting wherein your faces is all over the screen, or there will be names. So for data privacy, I am not posting that as listed. Okay, this will be posted listed because your names is not present in the screen. Okay? So, question. Sir, I can do it. I can have this output using the for loop. For example, I'm going to have it 1, 11. So, same output. What is the essence of being a woman? Yun. Miss Universe question. Why the heck do we have to do it the hard way if we can do it the easy way? Ooh, very good question, right? Am I right or am I left? Right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, now, to answer that particular question, the idea is that there are some things that you can do using the while loop that you cannot do using the for loop. Okay, so for example, if you want your program to run an n number of times or x number of times until a certain condition becomes false, then basically you can use while loop. Okay? In this particular scenario, the idea is that using the same output, if you want to modify this one so that we can maximize the use of the while loop, let me give you an example. What the things that the while loop can do that the for loop cannot do is that current num is equal to 1, for example, while true, colon, print current num, and then current num plus equals 1, choice equals input, press any key to print the next number, or Q to quit. Then I'm going to put that lower. You know what's the use of that, right? So that if, for example, the user will press capital letter and then it will be converted into the lowercase equivalent. So if choice equals Q colon, then break. Let's try to run. So our output has a value of 1. If you press any key to print the next value, then you have 2. Press any key, you have 3, 4. Then if I decided to quit the program, I can simply press Q. So meaning, if you want to run the program until the end of time, you can have, let's say you can press multiple times, it will not quit. Okay? But until you press Q, then you are going to have what do you call this? End the program. Okay? We're clear? We're clear? Okay. So, as if there will be somebody who will ask a question, right? Anyway. Next topic, modulo division. When we talk about modulo division or percent, the modulo operation returns the remainder of signed remainder of a division after one number is divided by another, called the modulus of the operation. So, remainder or signed remainder of a division. So, for example, 4 divided by 2. Oh my goodness, sorry for that. I should have... Again, this is being done, or I failed to told you. This is being done without editing. So, forgive me for the errors. Okay? Or, let's say, some typo. For example, I forgot to put BR in there, or line break. So, 4 divided by 2 or 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. 4 modulo 2 is equal to 0. Why 0? Because, basically, let's do it this way, the hard way. So, 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 will give you a 2. 2 times 2 will give you a 4. 4 minus 4 will give you 0. So, 0 is the modulo. So, for example, if we have 8 divided by 5, that will give you 1.6 something, something, something. Whereas 8, oh my God. Let me add that particular screen window capture. I forgot. I used to have Teams wherein I simply share my third screen. Window capture 5. Okay. There you go. Okay. So 8 divided by 5. This will give you 8 divided by 5. 1. 1 times 5 will give you 5. 8 minus 5 will give you 3. Shout out to Ma'am Cherry, to Architect Dasigan. Ma'am, you know what's happening to my handwritten. Okay, to my penmanship. You're my testimony, my living testimony. Okay? So 1, remainder will be 3. So 1 remainder, 3. 3 is the output of our, or 3 will be the answer for our modulo. Okay, and then I'm going to remove that. There you go. Okay, I'm happy. I'm feeling fine. There you go. Delete that particular window. Okay, yes. There you go. So, now, moving on. If you're going to do this in Python, let's say print 4 divided by 2. It will give you, or let's say print 4 modulo 2. What you're going to have as an output is 2 and 0. Similarly, if you're going to print 8 divided by 5 and print 8 modulo 5, the output will be what? As what we have discussed, it should be 1.6 and 3. And then, if we're going to have print 10 modulo 4, so 10 divided by 4 is 2, remainder 2, the answer will be 2. So, pretty much, we're good. Okay? Now, the question, what will be the common application of the modulo? Very common application for classroom purposes will be to determine if a number is an odd or an even number. So, that will be, I believe, in the code labs, perhaps. That might give you a hint what will be our seat work next meeting. Okay? My bad. Anyway. So, for you to be able to, let's have some basic example on how to use that modulo in a real program. So, current num is equal to 1. And then, while current num is less than or equal to 10, colon, again, for and while you have a colon at the end. If current num modulo 2 is equal to 0, meaning it's an even number, right? Because, for example, 10 is our number divided by 10, or 10 modulo 2 will give us 0. So, basically, it's even. So, if, colon, print current num, let's put it, or let's cast this into a string, print current num plus concatenate is even. There you go. Else, so if it's not even, basically it's add. So copy, paste, add, and then current num plus equals 1. So, pretty much, this is a basic example. Run. So, first, our number is 1. 1 is odd. Then, we'll increment our current num. It will have a value of 2, or it will have a value of 2. Basically, it's even, then 3, and so on and so forth until 10. Okay? So, basically, that's it. That's how you are going to do how are you going to use the modulo division using the while loop, if and else. Okay, and after demonstrating the modulo, I believe it's time that we should discuss the break statement. So what will be better than to have an example? Okay, break and continue, so you can see the difference. Normally, we're going to have again a program. Current num is equal to 1. Playing is equal to true. So, while playing, colon, if current num modulo 3 equals 0, colon, what will happen if a certain number has a remainder of 0? When you have it modulo or divided by 3, the remainder is 0, then basically it's divisible by 3. Am I right? So, string current num plus double quote is divisible by 3. There you go. Else, print, my goodness, should copy this, and then not divisible by 3. Then we have choice equals input double quote enter n to stop, or press enter to continue, or you can simply press any key to continue. Okay? Since we are trying to look for the end key, if the user press N, and then the program should be terminated, right? So, if choice dot lower small letter n is equal to n, what will happen? Playing is equal to false. So basically our number is 1. We have identified that our playing has a boolean value of true. So while it's true, or while playing is equal to true, then we have to execute this. If the playing is equal to false, then we're good to go. So current num plus equals 1, then print current num, print quitting. So the purpose of this chunk of codes is to demonstrate what will happen in our while loop while we are doing the normal or the traditional looping construct or looping statements. So we have here the current num so that you will have a visualization what will happen or what will be the current value of our num. So let's try to run. So 1 is not divisible by 3. Let's simply press enter. 2 is not divisible by 3. 3 is divisible by 3. So 4, 5. For example, I've decided to press N. So basically the program will be terminated, right? But what do you think will be the value of our current num? It will not be, it will be 5. Will it be 6? What? So guess in your mind, and then if your answer is 5, then you are wrong. Because the value will be 6. So what happened here is that basically the last value is 5, but then you press N and then the value of the playing variable is now converted into false, but then you will have to run again the loop. So that's why from 5, you will have to increment it and then check while playing is equal to true since it is equal to false, and then you have to quit. So basically, that's the reason why we have a value of 6. Now, sir, what if I do not want my current num to have a value of 6? It will result some, or it will give me a headache. For example, I am going to have a database, or let's say codes or part of code wherein there will be an addition of student information, and then if I press no to add additional information for the student, and then another record will be put into blank because of this one, something like that. So what if I want to control and I do not want the value of the current num become 6? So what will happen, or how am I going to do it? So we simply press a copy and then paste, and then current num playing is equal to true, while playing divisible by 3, not divisible by 3. If choice.lower is equal to n, then do not put playing is equal to false. Instead, what you're going to do is to put the break statement. Oh, simple as that. Let's try. So 1 is not divisible by 3, 2 is not divisible by 3, 3 is divisible by 3, and 5. Now let's try to press N. So if your guess is 5 for the value of the current num, then you are correct. Oh, that's because of the break statement. You're exactly telling the loop na, hey, while loop, break. So get out of the loop, and then that's it. So after this one, the increment for the current num will not happen, and then instead you will be going out of the loop. So printing current num, which is 5, and then print quitting. Ooh. Get it? Okay, if you have understand it, what about the continuous statement? Okay. So for the continuous statement, let me put it in a simple way that you can understand. Num is equal to 10 while num is greater than 0, colon, num minus equals 1. So basically, we're decrementing the value of the num. If num modulo 4 is equal to 0, colon, continue, print current variable value colon plus string of num. Print all done, something like that. So, if you run this one, the variant value of num is 10, okay? So while num is greater than 0, which is equal to which is true for this particular case because 10 is greater than 0, then you will have to decrement the value of num. So 10 now becomes 9. So is 9 divisible by 0? No. So print current variable value 9. And then do the loop again. 8 modulo 4 is equal to 0. Yes. Since 8 is equal to 0, then you simply go to continue. What is continue? You simply go on with the loop and as if nothing happens. Okay? I'm doing this especially in data structure if I'm doing some codes or chunk of codes or methods. For example, wherein at the present, I'm going to put some code in there, but then I do not know or do not have any idea on what to put in that particular loop or code statements, then I'm simply going to put continue. So when we have our data structure and algorithm subjects, you are going to see me when I'm doing, let's say, some demonstrations of how to code graph theory, BFS, DFS codings. There will be some cases wherein I'm going to simply put continue because as of the moment, we're not focused on that particular method. We simply put continue and then we're going to go back later. Yeah, something like that. Okay? So basically, that's continue. Okay? So I hope you do not have any questions because you simply cannot tell it to me now and you simply cannot answer it now, unlike when we are having Teams meeting. Okay? So more with loops. You can use basically dictionaries inside the loops. So for example, we have names is equal to blank dictionary. And if we are going to print names, what will be the output? Print the Boolean value of that particular dictionary, which is the names. And then what will happen if, for example, if I append something to that particular list, dictionary, sorry, my bad, list. Names that append, let's say, Ryan. Print names and then print Boolean value of the names. So, what we have here is the list. We have print names, we have an empty list. And as you can see, the empty list will give you a false Boolean value. However, if you put something on that list, for example, if we have put Ryan, and then we print the names, the list of names, which is Ryan, then if it has something of a value, then the Boolean value of that particular list will be true. Simple as that. So, continuing. Where am I? Wait a minute. However, if we, let's say, put, let's say, value, print 0, and then, let's say, print the Boolean value of 0, the number 0 will have a Boolean value of false. Whereas, for example, if you put, let's say, print 1, and then print the Boolean value of 1, it will evaluate to true. So basically, your guess is as good as mine. The value 0 has a Boolean value of false, and then any particular value will correspond to a Boolean value of true. So if we, for example, have print the Boolean value of 44, then this will evaluate to true. Okay? Let's have some more example using dictionary list. Why am I always saying dictionaries? Last topic on data structures, we have some demonstrations using dictionaries in graph. So I've demonstrated how to code a graph. It's a long line of codes. Oh my goodness, we have some challenge problem, the Knight's Tour, etc. etc. Anyway, going back to programming 1, number is equal to the list, range 1, comma 11, and then I'm going to print the numbers. So we have here, my goodness, S. My goodness. So we have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So using the while loop, let me demonstrate how to use while inside the dictionary or list. Sorry, dictionary list. While numbers colon. Oh, don't forget the S. Numbers that pop. Print numbers. Print all elements removed. So what we have done here is we have a list 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, sorry. And then while numbers that pop, so we pop 10. So 1 to 9, we've repeated the loop, we pop 9. So 1 to 8, we pop 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until our list is empty. And then afterwards, since there is no more numbers, basically our list has a value now of false. Because remember, when a list has a value of, let's say, a single value, then the output or the Boolean value of that will be true. Since we have a list here of numbers which has a value, so this is while true. So while true, you simply pop until your list is empty. So while list is empty, if the list is empty, then your Boolean value will be evaluated to false, and then you will be break out of the loop. So for that reason, all elements removed. Okay? Do you understand? Hopefully. What if we have a certain list and we want to, let's say, remove a certain value of an element in that particular list? So for example, I have a list. Let me comment. I have a list and I want, let's say, to remove a certain value in that list. Let's say the value that we are going to remove is 4. Okay? Let's create a list. Numbers is equal to 4, 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 4, 9, 4. Okay. So while 4 in numbers, colon, numbers that remove is 4, print numbers, and then I'm going to print all 4's removed. And oh my goodness, sorry. There you go. So basically, we have a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. So first 4 remove. So we have 1, 2, 4, and then remove 4 until all the 4 is removed. Okay? So I hope it's clear as of the moment. Okay, for the last topic, we have the nested while loop. Last topic, short. So I'm going to demonstrate while loop. So simply a demo so that you will have an understanding how it is being done. So let me demonstrate it by having flag 1 is equal to true, and then another flag 2 is also equal to true. So while flag 1 colon print while loop number 1 is running, and then inside of that again nested while loop, so while within a while, so we're going to have another while inside of a while. So while flag 2 colon print, copy paste, loop number 2 is running, then let's ask the user choice. Choice is equal to input continue running while loop number 2 question, let's say y/n colon if choice dot lower, so let's enforce that the input will be converted into lower, is not equal to then y colon, so if the user presses any key not equal to y, then what will happen? Flag 2 is equal to false, and then print ending while loop number 2, and then outside of that while loop we are going to have if ending loop number 2, we're going to ask again. So we've exited loop number 2, then we're going to ask the user if he wants or she wants to continue running loop number 1. So choice input, let me go here, copy and then paste, continue running while loop number 1, yes or no. If choice that lower, again it's not, I should have copied also that particular code, it's not equal to y colon flag 1 is equal to false, we are going to have an error there. Remember, for you to be able to declare boolean value, it should be capitalized letter. Ooh, I hope you've noticed that. And then print ending while loop number 1. There you go. So let's try. Continue running while loop number 2. Let's say yes. Continue running while loop number 2. Let's say yes again. Continue running loop number 2. For example, I've said no. So ending while loop number 2. And then continue running while loop number 1. Yes again. So continue running, yes again. If I press no, and then we're outside or the loop is end or has ended. So I guess that's it. This is the lecture for the while loop demo. See you later on the Code Labs. I'm going to upload this one now and then watch the video. And then later, I'm going to upload the Code Labs to Code Labs. Okay? I have to do something first. See you later. Bye. Again, sorry. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section. This video is brought to you by Made and Bake by Pau. Visit us on our Facebook. Looking for holiday treats. Don't forget to check our loaves. Let me see. It's commercial, okay? So looking for holiday treats. There you go. Oh, this is commercial. This video is being sponsored by Made and Bake by Pau. So there you go. Just message me if you want to order. Okay? That's yummy. Promise. That's delicious. So until next meeting. So this is the end of the while loop. Thank you guys. See you in a while for the Code Labs.